Hi, Holly. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to be able to share about Goodwill and the great work that you guys are doing. I'm just going to introduce you real quick. Holly Schor joined Goodwill of Central and Northern Arizona in 2011 and currently serves as the Vice President of Mission Services for Goodwill of Central and Northern Arizona. Since assuming that role in December of 2017, Holly's been instrumental in aligning the mission and vision in service delivery to support Goodwill's in becoming a leader in delivering relevant workforce training in the Arizona community. And under her leadership, Goodwill has been able to transform the way it serves the community with innovative tools, relevant trainings, and resources that are actively addressing Arizona's current needs. In 2019, get this, Goodwill provided more than 183,000 services to Arizona's that are either unemployed, underemployed, or those seeking opportunities. And welcome. Thanks, Holly.
Thank you.
It's so excited to, I'm so excited to talk to you today. We were just kind of catching up and remembering that it's been 11 years since we first met, when neither of us were really doing the work we're doing now. And so it's been great to see your career path and how it's changed and what you're doing now.
Thank you.
Would you do me a favor and just talk a little bit about who is Goodwill and give us a quick overview of what you're doing in the community?
Absolutely. So most people know Goodwill of Central and Northern Arizona for our thrift stores or donating their unneeded items. And we appreciate whenever anybody does their spring cleaning or I guess recently their COVID-19 cleanouts. But what people don't realize is that we're actually a 501c3 nonprofit organization with a mission to empower individuals, strengthen families, and build stronger communities. In that, a lot of people don't understand that we're actually a self-funded nonprofit with the revenue generated from our retail stores directly supporting that vision of ending poverty through the power of work. That's about 90% of the support we actually receive, which goes towards our mission. We do our mission and deliver our mission services by offering the things that you mentioned in my bio, the no-cost career development resources. We offer training and also education services to anyone who's really looking for upskilling their employment opportunities. We offer a variety of services in our brick and mortar career centers that people can find throughout Central and Northern Arizona. They're located in the Valley, Yuma, and Northern Arizona, as well as our online services at mycareeradvisor.com. And mycareeradvisor.com includes everything from resume development, mock interview training, soft skills, and then we just actually launched today some basic to advanced computer training and credentialing.
Oh, that's great. When I started working with Goodwill, and actually I don't think you were at Goodwill yet when I had originally started working with them, but I had no idea. All I knew is I drop my jeans off, once a quarter and they go somewhere. And so it's been so great to learn about how Goodwill serves our community. So over the last 10 years, I've been working with you guys. You've never had to shut down a store that I know of. But that's had to happen recently because of COVID-19 and what we're going through. Can you tell us a little bit about, why you guys had to shut down, but then also why you reopened and what stores are reopened?
Sure. So making the decision to close down our stores and career centers was incredibly difficult. We closed our career centers in mid-March. We were able to continue to provide our services virtually and over the phone. And when Governor Ducey announced the stay-at-home executive order, we did also make the very difficult decision to close our stores in order to make the right plans and take the next steps that we needed to take to safely operate our business. So most people have heard that we were deemed an essential business by the governor, and because we were able to close down, it gave us time to thoroughly disinfect every store and implement several new safety procedures before we reopened 21 locations on April 14th. So we have 21 locations in the Valley. We just opened 3 of our rural community stores, so 2 in Prescott, or 1 in Prescott, 1 in Prescott Valley and Flagstaff yesterday. And then we have plans to reopen 17 additional Maricopa County stores this coming Friday.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And so, some of the questions around, Goodwill being an essential service, I don't think people understand what why it would be essential. I think, coming and browsing and looking for clothes, is that really essential? But so explain to us the decision behind opening the stores and the career centers. What is the essential part behind that?
So as I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, that essential business is really the mission services side. So, we know unemployment numbers have skyrocketed over the last several weeks. That's why you're here to support the community, just like we are. Businesses are closing their door, and really the community needs our support in finding employment. And the way for us to be able to do that is essentially through our stores generating revenue. Now, we understand that browsing is not necessarily the essential part of the business. So we're still encouraging people to, do their best to stay safe in their community and, stay home. We're not suggesting that people come out and do just shopping for the sake of shopping, but we do also have customers outside of those that are receiving services through our career centers that look at our thrift business as a way to support their families through either maybe they're entrepreneurs that sell the items that come from our stores, or it's just need-based for them. I mean, we have a variety of shoppers that come to our stores, and so to be able to have these stores available for people to get their essential needs, that's really what we're there for. But primarily, the essential part of the business is really just to continue to fund our mission.
Yeah, that's so great. And it was so interesting. I've done tours of Goodwill, your different centers, your warehouse, and to see the people in there and the business owners that come and buy up a ton of your products to resell. And that's how they feed their families. And so yep. I don't think people always understand that that's part of what Goodwill does for our community.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, in fact, our clearance center that you mentioned is actually reopening today. If you remember, you've been there, there's a lot of people. It's always like the day after Thanksgiving in that space. And so to ensure that we keep people doing their social distancing and staying, within the guidelines that our community is trying to stay within, we've actually introduced a lottery system. So there's only going to be a limited number of people that actually can come into that clearance center for now until the state officially reopens for business. But we are really taking as many precautions as we can to make sure that we're supporting those people that need to access the clearance center, but limiting the number of people that can actually come in the building each day.
Awesome. All right, I have one more of these questions, and then we're going to jump into your career services and what you provide. Perfect. So I know you guys, Goodwill has been hit just like all of us with this pandemic. And we've talked about shutdown, you're starting to reopen. Well, recently Governor said the press release that Governor Ducey provided $1 million grant to Goodwill. And so can you explain to us what that was used for and what it means?
Sure. So we actually will be receiving the funds over time. It's a performance-based grant, so it's tied directly to how we serve the community. But what it gave us the opportunity to do is to go ahead and move forward with our reopen. We were able to rehire 400 employees back into our retail operations to make sure we could get our stores, and that number continues to grow as we continue to reopen stores in our community. And, so moving forward, we will be, working with the governor's office to share our outcomes of how we're delivering services to the community.
That's great. So it's, serving people, coming into your centers or your virtual services, but it's helping. That grant is on your performance.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah. And it's, most people think about Goodwill and providing job training is meaning that people come to our stores and get jobs. And while that's a part of it, and yes, we are providing people employment opportunities by coming to work for Goodwill, the majority of the work that we do is actually for community members, just like the people you serve, Jessica, that need resources to help them find employment. That's, really who we are serving through our mission.
Yeah, I love all the stuff that you guys do in our community. So let's talk about that. Tell us about career services and what services are available.
Sure. So just so everybody knows, April 6th, we safely reopened 4 career centers in the Valley and Yuma. And then as of yesterday, we added 2 additional career centers. So when we opened our stores back up in Prescott and Prescott Valley and Flagstaff, we opened the career center in Prescott, as well as the reopened the career center in Flagstaff. And so we'll continue to provide services online. Obviously, we want people to stay at home if they have access to technology. But what we're finding, and I think you recently interviewed someone from DES, they are overwhelmed with people filing for unemployment claims. That's primarily what we're seeing people come into the career centers for today. And so we feel like we're bringing a lot of value to those that don't have access to computers to be able to come into our career centers. But also in those career centers, they're getting job searching support. So we are connecting with employers and organizations like yours to find out who's hiring. In fact, I think we might be doing a virtual job fair here in the coming weeks, just to be able to connect people to those employment opportunities. We're also doing webinars to help people with things like personal branding. We'll be launching a LinkedIn webinar. We'll be launching some additional webinars, even a webinar on probably how to interview virtually as opposed to how to interview face-to-face, since that's a new thing that all of our people in the community are facing. They have to figure out different ways to find and seek employment opportunities. So, we're really just trying to help people connect to the resources that they need right now. Some additional things that we have, we've just launched Microsoft Office certification. So for those that meet minimum requirements, they can actually do Microsoft Office certification. There's over 9 certificates that you can obtain through the Microsoft Office certification. And then just today, we were able to launch our North Star Digital Literacy certification program online. And what North Star Digital Literacy does, it's assessing your basic computer skills. So even if you're very computer savvy, we encourage people to go ahead and take the North Star certification classes and go for the certification, because it tests everything from how you use a PC to a Mac, Microsoft Office products, and as well as internet searching, all of those things. And it really is a great way to say, hey, I have foundational computer skills. And then hopefully what we're doing is moving people on then to the Microsoft Office certification.
And how much does that cost for somebody to take those certifications?
Well, because we are a self-funded nonprofit and because we have our retail stores supporting the mission side of the business, all of these resources are either provided through grant funds or they're provided through retail stores, so at no cost to job seekers. And we have about 300 seats available this year for the Microsoft Office certification that we're able to offer to job seekers out there that are looking to upskill. And I don't know about you, but I think now more than ever is a time for people to be, if you have the time, start looking at how you can upskill yourself and get prepared for when the job market does reopen to have a leg up on the competition. Because as we know, there's going to be a lot of people that are vying for those positions. And we'd love to give people some opportunities to really upskill and get those certifications before the job market really opens up. And I know you've done an awesome job of making sure that the community knows. I think your last report was 112,000 jobs that are available in Arizona. So the jobs are out there, but as things continue to open up, we'd love to be able to help job seekers upskill.
Yeah, absolutely. So free is my favorite.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's great.
Free.
Hey, let's talk about my career advisor. What is that? Why would somebody utilize it?
So My Career Advisor is another no-cost resource. There's a theme here, obviously. And so anywhere you want to be, you can access this tool. You can get job training. There's placement services on there. So we keep up to date what we call hot jobs. And then we are going to be having very soon a more robust job board on the tool for people to search jobs throughout all of Arizona. You can set up an account very easily. It's just your email address, first name, last name, and zip code. And then you can get connected with a career navigator to start your job search process. If you need the additional training to land a job, there's classes that we list on there. Like I mentioned, everything from basic computers to how to navigate through Microsoft Office. We do actually have some advanced technology certification skills for entry-level IT jobs as well. So we're offering certification with the Google IT certification. But all these resources available. There's connections to community resources like career connectors on there. We have unemployment information. So really, we like to think of it as a one-stop shop for people to go where they can connect to multiple places in the community to help them with whatever they're needing right now in their job search.
Yeah. Fantastic. So does someone go to mycareeradvisor.com or goodwillaz.org, or where do they go to find this stuff?
So you can go directly to mycareeradvisor.com, or you can find it through goodwillaz.org, but I recommend that people go directly to mycareeradvisor.com.
Awesome. Okay, I want to ask one more question about Goodwill. One of the things I've learned about Goodwill over the last 10 years, and one of the things is you guys have obviously your thrift stores, you have your career center initiatives also that support our community. Do you mind tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So as one of the largest nonprofits in Arizona, we're not only supporting our mission of empowering individuals, strengthening families, and building stronger communities, but we also believe in partnering and supporting local organizations. We believe that, working together and having community impact and collaborating with other nonprofits is really what we do. That's what it's all about. So we're doing everything right now from helping to collect food for local organizations like St. Mary's Food Bank and St. Vincent de Paul, to supporting the American Heart Association and building awareness around healthy lifestyles. But as you mentioned, we're really big into recycling. So we're one of the largest recyclers. We like to think that we were green before green was a thing. So with our donation process, we actually are able to divert over 200 million pounds of goods from directly entering the landfills every year. And it's something, if something's not able to be sold in the store, it still has probably an opportunity to be recycled or salvaged out of our 350,000 square foot warehouse facility, which is where that clearance center is that you had mentioned earlier. And these are just a few ways that we feel like we're truly living out that third pillar of our mission, which is building stronger communities. But everything starts with our communities and the generous donations from the people in the community, like who we're serving and the people that are watching here today.
And are you guys, I didn't, taking donations?
Sorry, you broke up there for a second.
Oh, sorry. Are you still taking donations?
Yes, we are. So even the stores that are not open, they are taking donations. We've set up donation bins 6 feet apart outside. People can, it's contact-free donation process. So you can either donate into the bins yourself, or a donation attendant can come out to your vehicle and remove the items. You don't even need to get out of the car.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys did a beautiful video recently. We're going to post that video on everywhere we push this out, so people can view it. And it just kind of gives an overview of Goodwill and the services you're providing. So that was fantastic. Well, thank you for being here today, Holly. I know a lot of people have questions about Goodwill. It's so interesting to me that you guys do so much good in our community, and I just want everyone to know they can help you. There's services available. So thank you for being part of this today. We really appreciate you and your time.
Thank you, Jessica, and thank you for all you're doing with Career Connectors. We love partnering with you on your events and supporting any way we can, so we really appreciate you as well.
Thanks so much. Have a great one, Holly.
You too.